SM58. I'm peeking.
That's an
Holy
SM58.
I'm fucking peeking here.
Oh yeah, I'm peeking too. Holy shit! Just a little bit.
I tried to put the whole thing in my mouth. Sup? Hey, welcome back. I have nothing planned. This is the intro.
Yeah, dude.
This is the intro. You want to say anything clever to get us in?
We've got fucking stuff to talk about, I think. New EP dropping about a band.
All right. Hold on.
That's
hold on.
all.
Hold your British horses.
Okay.
So, hey everyone, welcome back. We're very serious and professional. I'm here with Gavin and Tyler. I'm gonna let you guys introduce yourself. This was very spur of the moment. I wasn't planned for this. I wasn't planned. I didn't plan it well.
We talk about. Go ahead.
Yeah, introduce yourselves and everything.
My name is Tyler, and I play guitar and escape artist.
My name is Tyler, and I play. I'm Gavin, and I play guitar and escape artist.
Thanks for being here.
Guitarception.
folks.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, Gavin is filling in for our band. Oh yeah, who are you?
Who?
I was never here.
I've been here the whole time.
I play drums and I forget.
It's called.
I love that band.
It's called I Prevail.
I Prevail.
No.
That's so sick.
Yeah, I'm sitting among stars.
Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Probably.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, all right. This is gonna be a bit of a shorter one, just because I didn't plan any questions or anything. But I want to talk to these guys, and they play in a band called Escape Artist. What kind of music is Escape Artist? I'm a little professional. Don't laugh at me.
Here is the funny thing about I gotta get out of the.
Get out of the British character.
I'm doing the British character too much.
Go to the other personality.
I think we're like melodic metalcore.
Okay.
We are so we started off with intentions to be a little bit more deathcore, which our Facebook and Instagram say melodic deathcore for some reason, but we're not. We're not that. Okay, we'll change it.
Thank you for looking at the camera when you say that.
You're
I like interaction.
We're not. But yeah, melodic metalcore. We've been doing this for quite some time, and we're putting out something a nice little EP in like a week.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Okay,
March 16th.
okay. Actually, I do have a question. I thought of it. Y'all are playing the Bundy like the end of the month, right?
Yes, the 30th.
Where the fuck was our invite, huh?
Well, listen
I'm
here,
just
dude.
kidding. I'm kidding.
Listen here, dude. We do
Man, they gave us a choice.
we do have plans, but we also
No, how did that come about? Like, did you guys reach out to the Bundy or like?
yeah. So
did
I
Floodlands or someone reach out to you guys?
yeah. So Andrew from So Much Hope found those guys,
Okay.
and we are tight with the guys in Coppermine from Central PA.
Okay.
I think they're from like Wilkes Barre or something.
Is it Wilkes Barre or Wilkes Barre? Wilkes Barre?
Wilkes Barre. Well, depending on who you ask, it might be Wilkes Barre.
Wilkes Barre, like my cat out there.
Yes, Bear. Yeah, Wilkes Barre.
Wilkes-Barre.
But we're tight with Coppermine, so we're doing a release show in Milton, our hometown,
nice, okay.
in PA, with Coppermine as well. So we're just kind of like we're taking them with them because those guys are super cool. They're tight homies. So we found Floodlands and Thinning the Veil from Andrew, who reached out and like found some locals. And
Gotcha.
stuff.
Okay.
Because nobody's gonna come out to some nobodies playing in Binghamton. Dude, we gotta find some.
Gotta have a
freaking
nice.
locals.
As I've said before, gotta have a nice local sandwich.
Shout out to Andrew Blank for helping us so much with this. Thank you very much. You are the man, dude.
Shout out, Debit. No.
Go on.
Keep it, my God.
Oh. But yeah, I'm also looking forward to this release and the show coming up on the 28th. This is a first really big step for us as a band. We're kind of unveiling some really cool surprises that we've not tried live before. So far, it's going really well at our practices, and yeah, really looking forward to showcase some of that for anybody who's ready to see it.
You're being so serious right now and like very sincere. Like I'm so excited about this.
That's who Tyler is. He is the most genuine soul.
Yeah, this is like a very genuine thing. And meanwhile, Aaron's like, I'm spinning a basketball.
Spinning a basketball. We were dunking on while he was talking about that, but Tyler is the most genuine soul and the most talented guitar player that I know. And yeah, so hopefully we get some good response from stuff coming out here, and we're working on even more for hopefully next year or something. We have a lot of stuff to work on.
Yeah,
there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, because we played with you once before at that show in PA.
Yes, thank you for being a part of that. By the way, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was.
You guys were like spur of the moment on that one too.
Well, yeah, because I think we had a date fall through. And yeah, I think actually, shout out Eric. Eric was the one that like got us on that show because he was like, "Hey, I heard you guys like had a date fall through.
Yeah.
And then I don't remember who, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but he reached out to somebody that was putting that show together. Like,
Jeff?
It might have been
I
Jeff
think it might
or
have been
Logan,
Jeff.
maybe.
Yeah.
It was one of those two.
Yeah. But yeah, he was like, yeah, we'll get you guys on, no problem.
Yeah, that's
Which
awesome.
is cool. So shout out that person who I think was Jeff, but I'm not 100% sure because I'm stupid.
Probably
That was a
Shout
fun
out
show.
probably Jeff.
Any hot topics you want to hit? I mean, make this kind of brief-ish.
Well, I want to talk about like you
Yeah.
guys' music and everything. Before I do that, hold on, because I just realized this is gonna be loud. I'm sorry. I have to move this. I'm gonna put it.
Get ready, everybody.
I'm gonna put it between you and I.
This
I
is
might
where
cut
you
this
put
part
the,
out. Okay, there. Now we should both be good. I'll turn us up a little
Oh,
more.
dude, Aaron is
It's
about to freaking bust.
fixed. You say he's about to bust.
He's about, no. He's about to bust.
I'm busting.
It's about to become a bus.
Anyway.
Have you seen that thing? It's like, I think Evie showed me. It was a thing of SpongeBob, and he's just like, Gary, I'm about to come.
Yeah, dude, I love that video.
Yo, what?
About to come.
Like, fucking
All right.
screaming.
But yeah, so it's gonna be like a little weird looking, but it's fine. But okay, so escape artist, whatever genre you just said that I already forgot.
Melodic metalcore.
Melodic metalcore.
Sorry, I
when did you
peeked, I
guys?
peeked.
When did you guys start making like? When did you guys start as a band?
Holy crap. So
And what made you want to be in a band?
Not to get too into detail about it, but we started with Escape Artist in like 2018
Okay.
is when we put out our first release, which was Forever, which is forever ago.
Quite
That is
literally.
forever ago. Hopefully you can hear me okay. But
There we go.
yeah, we started out as Tyler and our drummer started out as like a cover band. Way
Yeah.
back.
Boo! No, I'm
Dude.
kidding.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Way back.
That's
Yep.
honestly like how like a lot of fucking like shit
Yeah.
comes together is starting off from cover bands. That's
Yeah.
rad as fuck.
Yeah.
I remember my
It's-
dad was
it's
trying
what
to
started
get us
it all,
to-
you know.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
his dad and his mom were both very supportive throughout the entire process, which really catapulted us to wanting to really take it to the next level and really do this on our own and make our own music, you know.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we played together for God, probably like 10 years before we ever played a show.
Damn. Oh,
It-
really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, maybe not quite 10 years, but it was forever. It was a long
Yeah.
time, and we would play to friends and family and just sort of
Mhm.
just mess with things and make I guess like songs supposedly and try to flesh
Did
them
you
out.
did you guys have the same thing happen with your family that I had with mine, where they were like, "That's not music."
No, not really.
Really?
Actually, we
What's
were
it like having supportive family? No, I'm kidding.
So-
My family is very supportive. I'm kidding.
They can hear you.
maybe some Thai, but
Well,
what do you think of that?
well, I
Because-
mean, in
yeah,
the
go ahead.
beginning, of course, my mother was just a little worried because she was, a Bible teacher for many years. She she didn't want me walking a path that was not necessarily the best, I guess. So
Hey, I can align with that.
And then
I
you
like to
introduce
think I
her to
turned out
Christian
okay,
metal.
and she's always been a very supportive person in my life, no matter what has happened.
Yeah.
So in the end, she understood,
Yeah.
and she's just glad that I'm having a good time and that I'm happy.
Did she think it was satanic at any point?
Sometimes. you know.
Really?
Did you introduce her to the plethora of Christian metal that's out there now?
I actually did, and I got her kind of raising eyebrows. So there you go. How about
Oh,
that?
there you go.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
No,
Cool.
very, very much aligned with that. My mom was also kind of like, oh, there's crowds in metal that are not, the greatest. So,
Yeah.
See, my mom didn't really know anything about that. Like,
Mm.
no offense to my mom, obviously, but like, she didn't really know anything about that. She was just like, I don't like this music,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
support you.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's all I can ask for.
that's pretty much
Yeah.
what it came down
She. Sorry, go ahead.
to. Go ahead.
No, you.
No, you.
We're all gonna.
It's
go.
funny you said that because, like,
Yes.
most of the time, if we were playing music, it was in Brent's mom's basement at the time.
Okay.
And if people were coming over and they would listen to the music, they're like, I really like this for the instruments, but I hate the screaming. And I'm like, I'll write that on my fucking grave.
Yeah.
I love the instruments, but I hate the screaming.
I have
Get
a
the fuck
story
over it.
about that. There was my first real band. We were called Trippin' on Sunday. We started out as like a Christian metal band, Christian metalcore, or whatever. But then eventually we were like, like most of us still have these beliefs, but like we don't want to be put into a box of only writing about this kind of stuff.
Right.
But the guitarist of that band, his name is Will. Shout out Will.
What's up, Will?
Will, come on the pod, please. I miss you.
Yeah, will you be on the pod, Will?
Will. But he was like the leader of the church band.
Yeah.
And so, all like him and his brothers were like in the worship team essentially.
Yeah.
And I remember we used to be able to practice in that church, but we were playing the screamo stuff.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
some guy one time, like one of the elders of the church, him and his wife came in, and like as we're playing, shut the lights off.
Oh, God.
What?
And then like we just kept playing.
Why?
And then like
You gotta keep going, I guess.
yeah, we
right?
just kept going, and the guy came in and he was like gave us a look, and he was like, "What's Christ like about that?" And Will, understandably so, got upset. He wasn't rude, but he got upset and started like turning his stuff off. He's like, "Do you think that I, as the worship leader, would be up here on this stage playing music if it was disglorifying God?"
Yeah.
And the guy was like, "Well, no, I didn't say that." And then his wife was like, "I was scared. I didn't know what happened." And it was one of them. It was really dumb, but
Yeah.
It's all about perspective, I think.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. But so you guys have been banned for like 15 years, I think you said. Am I
Yeah.
dumb?
So we've gone through a couple stages of names.
Yes.
Really? Okay.
And evolutions of what the band really was as a whole. Like Gavin said earlier, we started out just with covers in my shed at the time when I was living in Watsontown here. And
Shout out Washington. What's up?
shout out to Watsontown. And had a lot of good times and memories there. And then as time went on, we kept evolving into other things we wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
Went through a couple different names and a couple of people who were interested, and through a lot of things that happened, we ended up landing with the lineup we have now.
Nice.
And we are really, really stoked on what we have coming out soon. So.
Yeah.
Cool.
I remember winding up in Tyler's shed in like 2011 and playing.
Is there context to that? Or
Well,
you were just like, "I'm here."
We
What?
just
Well-
walked in Watsontown one day and just walked right in.
with context of Tyler's shed being the practice area. Nothing else, I promise.
I just woke up and I was in there and I was like, "Why are my hands duct taped together?"
like things happen. It's
He's
okay.
like, "You're
But
gonna play guitar." No.
yeah, well, actually, that aside from the duct tape, yes. But I came in there just showing my rendition of Metallica's "One," the solo,
Hell yeah.
and it was fucking bad. But we left off on a good foot there, and like 5 or 6 years later, he sent me a message and said, "Hey, do you want to be a part of this project? You want to come like jam with us?" And that's when he was like, him and Brent, the drummer, our drummer, were just kind of getting into Chelsea Grin. The cover that we were doing was Recreant, and we were playing what was that Slipknot song that we were playing?
Was it The Devil and I?
The Devil and I.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like, "Hey, learn these songs, and we'll go from there." It's been ever since. That was like 2014, I think.
And thank goodness we moved on from there.
Yes, we did. And at the time, we were called Backlock.
Backlock?
Yeah.
It's not bad.
It was something.
What other?
It was bad.
What other?
I'm just kidding.
It was bad. What other names did you guys have?
So we had Backlock, and then one that I look back on, and I'm like, you know what, it could have been pretty dope. But it was like a
I
different
agree.
era for us.
Different era, different places in our lives.
Yeah, it had different people in the band, and at the time it was called The Ashes of Ra,
Okay.
Shit,
which
okay.
was the one that was made to be that deathcore essence that we were
That sounds
intending
like a
to
deathcore
do.
band name.
Yeah.
We were listening to a ton of Born of Osiris,
Yep.
stuff like that, and we were just very into that kind of thing, and that's what the name was kind of suiting and insinuating, is that was the direction we wanted to take. And who knows, maybe one day we'll go that way again.
Maybe
but
like an album or a song or something like that.
yeah,
I remember
I'm sure
when
it's in there somewhere.
we were trying to come up with the name for Disruptor, and we went through a bunch of different names.
It had to have been like 25 to 30.
Like
names.
I had a list of names that I was like, any of these would be cool. A lot of them were like wrestling, like finisher names.
I just have this. I have this.
kind of badass, though.
Right? Yeah. I was like, how fucking
What the fuck's up? We're Batista Bomb.
I have this. I have this vision of you guys trying to think of a name for Disruptor, and you're like throwing stuff out, and Aaron's just like interrupting you, and he's like, "Wait a second."
What if we had, what if one of the names was like Tombstone or like Pile Driver?
Just keeps
or
interrupting you.
like
And I'd be like,
People's
yeah,
Elbow?
that's great, but
What if?
so
That's it.
Disruptor! You saw it reenacted here!
it's just John getting so upset. He's like, you keep disrupting my.
Holy shit!
He just has the vision. You keep disrupting my.
No, like
Yeah,
one of the
oh,
names that we were like we really wanted to have was Regenerator from Resident Evil,
Yeah, that's
Resident Evil
pretty cool.
4. But every band name that we thought of, we were like, this is sick. Let's see if it's good. It was taken by some fucking like Norwegian death metal band or something.
course.
Yeah.
But
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah.
which is just how it goes.
You gotta really think out of the box to get those. I feel like most bands like fight that issue.
Yeah.
Like you make a band and you got the name, and then like 4 or 5 years down the line, you're like, there's this really niche one also.
Yeah. That's kind of how I am with this podcast name, because I'm like, oh, silly goofy podcast, haha, funny.
Who's gonna
The
freaking
logo,
take that one?
the logo is like a death metal font, funny. But then I say it out loud, and I'm like, I hate it. I don't hate the name. I hate having to say it
Yeah.
because I'm like, I don't know. It's fine.
Hey, you want to be on my
Hey, you want to be on my
silly
podcast
goofy
where we talk
podcast?
about music? It's called the Silly Goofy Podcast.
Yeah,
Just
John.
call it SGP for sure.
I don't
It's the
think so.
SGP. I'm gonna get more podcasts on it called the SGP Network.
There you go. There you go.
No, the whole chain.
Yeah. So, what's like the writing process for you guys? Because you showed me something earlier.
Chaotic.
So, chaotic. Okay.
That's okay.
To sum it up into one word, definitely.
Okay.
Definitely. It's just it's different for everybody that comes up with something. You know, like Gavin has his methods, I have mine. And,
yeah,
it changes
so-
from time to time. as
So
well.
essentially, like, I don't know, you'll find some of our releases like polarizing because a lot of times I'll write something and bring it to the table, and he will put like the flair on it. But you can definitely tell the mood between the two of us. Which
You can like differentiate. It's like, oh, this is a Gavin
Yeah.
riff and this is a Tyler riff.
exactly, like
Okay,
it
cool.
adds a little bit of variety. I think is pretty cool, but ultimately becomes like sort of complicated, especially with some of the riffs that this guy makes.
Yeah, I heard some
Um,
earlier, and I was like, my brain hurts trying to
Which is
comprehend this.
which is awesome because
Yeah,
I
it's
don't know. He's always thinking outside the box, and literally the only thing that he is doing aside from working is playing the guitar. So
Yeah.
that's like there's an endless stream of material coming out of this man's brain. So
What do you guys write about?
well, so that comes from Brent. A lot of times is writing lyrics that end up being kind of like what do you call it?
I would say they are very.
Some of them are political. Some of
Okay.
them are like existential.
I would like to think that they are existentially political and
Yeah.
vice
Okay.
versa.
It's
Because
a
I
lot of
feel
dramatic, melancholy type of.
what Brent likes to do, at least from my perspective, because music is subjective and you can take it however you see it, is it's very much like taking what the political forces would tend to be doing, but he humanizes it.
Yeah.
And brings it to a place where everybody can kind of relate to it.
Okay.
Our song "Gravity" is actually a really good example of
Oh,
that.
yeah.
It came together really quickly for him, and it like literally less than a half hour actually, and
Nice.
it's pretty amazing and incredible that he's able to do that.
And when he's inspired, he really takes it and runs.
He does, especially if we're all around there with him, like we're all like just feeding off each other like that, and it's
Yeah.
really cool when that stuff happens, you know.
Yeah. So you guys, 2 guitarists, bassist, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shout
You
out
guys-
Anthony.
Shout out Anthony. You guys like get together to get like on your own, or do you get together like, hey, let's hang out and we'll like work on some riffs or something like that, or is it kind of both?
So like like me and Tyler will get into the drawing board a lot of times at his place, but usually like if we get together on the weekend, we'll run the set and everything. What's up, dude?
Hey, this asshole.
What's up, Reggie?
Hey.
Just wondering, I was like, are these dicks recording something?
We
Yeah,
are.
come say
We are.
hi.
Come say hi. Here's a mic.
There's a hand.
Here's a mic. There's Reggie.
Hi, what are we talking about? What conversation
Turn
I
around.
interrupt?
Here's the mic, bro.
Well, yeah, I know, I saw it.
Talking about them. This is Escape Artist.
Oh, okay.
Hi Reggie. What's up, dude?
Hey, Reggie's here. If anybody's not watching but only listening, Reggie's here.
Yeah.
If anybody's
So.
watching, he is in the frame. But yeah, writing process. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, yeah, it's definitely like a big collaboration with me and Tyler, and then Brent obviously is the drummer, and that's something that guitarists should like, maybe think about. I think we've gotten pretty decent on doing it with the demo process.
I've
but
never written anything that is bad for Aaron to play.
I know, right?
No, dude.
Brent
it's
Brent
so
will
simple.
take.
Yeah.
I mean, but that's a good feeling though, is knowing that you are writing the thing that you're confident in doing, and that you're confident that he's confident in doing. It's just like that's a great feeling.
Oh,
and
no.
we're getting
All right,
closer
hold on,
to
hold on.
that.
Let's not get ahead of
let's
ourselves here.
clarify here.
We just build the template, but
He-
these guys are both drummers.
So when John makes riffs for Disruptor, the drum layout that he has is almost impossible to do. Like
No.
It's not that bad.
No, hear me out. I'm not saying like it's really hard. I'm just saying like how? Like how do you fucking
Right,
think of stuff
right.
like that? Because I
There
would
was
do that.
there was
I
like
mean, you've seen the memes of like if "Smells Like Teen Spirit" was written by a
Yeah,
guitarist.
and you just hear like the drums in the back just.
Straight ridiculousness.
We were doing like I did the when I was doing like demos for like our first EP. I think it was the demo for Helen Stilled and Parasite. Parasite, I was like, this will be funny. I was like, I don't expect him to do this because it's stupid.
Yeah.
Not that I don't think he couldn't, but I'm like, this will be funny for him to do. So at the end of it, you know how it's like the it's just really fast, consistent double bass, and I was like, haha. Funny, obnoxious double bass part. You don't have to do it, Aaron. And he's like, no, I'll fucking do it. So I'm like, hey, you don't have to do this because it's clearly like I wrote it as a bit because it's stupid. And he's like, no, I'm gonna fucking do it. Fuck you. kind of thing.
I like that. I like that.
Challenge me, will you?
Challenge me, motherfucker.
And that's also the same thing with the newer stuff that we're writing.
Right.
Like John will make an offbeat kind of driven kind of song.
Right.
Stupid riff.
And it's my job to make it even harder than how
Yeah. Like,
Because you're like, well, if you're gonna go that way, I guess I'm just gonna
perfect
keep going that
example,
way.
Like our song Alternate. I'd never put gravity blasts in this song, but this fucker did.
Oh, that's what makes sense about what you said earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. Nice.
Yeah, just. I'm like, it sounds sick, but
That
you do
does
not
sound
have to do
sick,
this
in
if
fact.
you don't want to.
Oh, it's gonna be.
It's going.
It's gonna be.
Yeah. So new EP. How many songs are on the EP?
On this EP, it's just gonna be the strong 4 that we all agreed upon putting out.
Okay.
Because that way, it'll leave people, with something, because they've been waiting a little bit, and we are planning to just streamline.
Reggie's like,
after
we're
that.
the same way.
Life happens, man.
Yeah.
But
Life
we're
happens. We're broke.
it'd be hard sometimes, and
It do be like that.
but we're doing our best.
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna streamline it the best we can.
Yeah, essentially, we've been sitting on these songs for a long time, and we've been making the mistake that, I don't know, some people do of playing a lot of unreleased things for so long. It's okay to play unreleased music.
Kinda.
You know what I mean? It is
Well,
kind of, yeah, whatever. But like when you play it for like Two-Face, the one track off this EP, we've been playing for like
Almost 2 years now.
maybe like upwards of 3 years.
damn.
So it's been a while. So we have sort of decided if we take that out of our set, it's not going to make sense to the people that we've already played it for, which is also a part of us trying to reach out to different states and new venues and make the new stuff. Well, I guess the old stuff new to everybody who hears it, but we just had to get this stuff out. Like essentially, this is like a bridge that we're crossing to put this to rest and get it out, and then move on to new and make better decisions from there.
Yeah.
You know
That's
what I mean?
kind of like what we're thinking. Like we're kind of leaning into like we've been playing the songs off the first EP since we started, and we're trying to write more stuff. So we're like slowly kind of like phasing out some of the older songs.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we have 2 new songs getting played. I almost said coming out, but 2 new songs getting played for the first time tonight.
Heck yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, and it sucks when you're at the end of a show and somebody and at this point, like, it's 4 songs that we have been playing in some capacity for a certain amount of time, which are the ones that we put on the EP. And they're like, oh, where can I find that? I really like that one song. And you're like, oh, you know what? We're not even, like, in the back of your head, you're like, we're not even at the studio for it. And we're like, oh, we're planning to put it on pretty soon. But
Yeah.
It breaks your heart a little bit because, that's all you want is to just give them, like, the thing
them
that
something,
you want
yeah.
them to have. But it's a process, and we're finally getting to that process now, and it feels really good.
How do you guys feel about physical music, physical CDs?
I love that people love it that still do that. That's like the way they want to consume it, just because they make it feels like a special part of the way that they listen. I strongly encourage it.
Because Reggie's a big, like, Reggie's back there. Reggie's a big, hi Reggie. Reggie's like a big, oh yeah, I need to get like a shoebox for you still. Yeah. But he has like a big CD collection. He's like one of the few people that I know that still has physical media that isn't vinyl.
yeah.
I have so much hope vinyl.
Yeah, like, if you had to guess, like, what's the number of like maybe CDs you got?
I have like 3 racks full, and then like books, like burn CDs,
Damn.
and then like
Yeah, he's got like
those,
the CD booklet that like I had when I was like in my first car. You know, I had one of them.
You could probably fill like 5 of those freaking towers that are sitting next to the TVs back in the day, man.
yeah.
Oh, it's wild. That's
Yeah.
awesome though. I
Yeah.
love it.
Would you guys like? Are you thinking of having like physical release,
absolutely.
like physical
Yes,
CDs?
definitely,
Nice, hell yeah.
'cause
We should.
We definitely know a few people who have reached out at shows even that are definitely asking for them, so we definitely want to help them out and give them the CDs that they're asking for,
Nice.
And
Because we can keep doing it, if they keep buying them,
yeah, you would definitely think nowadays, like, people are fine with just like being completely like stream
Completely
oriented.
digital.
But more often than not, we get people coming up and asking if we have CDs of our last EP, and I'm sure, like, we've already had a message come through about this new EP having a physical copy, so
Right.
we'll definitely oblige. to
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
One
so.
thing that like
definitely.
I know that we've talked about a lot, but like one thing that like makes us want to get physical CDs more is just the fact that like being on Spotify is rad. You know, like it looks good and
Right, they don't
it's very
freaking
convenient,
pay.
but
Yeah.
it's not helpful other than just like an aesthetic, if that makes sense. Whereas like
It's
if
just
you
like
have physical CDs, it's like, oh, you want to listen to my music? Like you gave me $10 to listen to my music? Fuck yeah. That goes such a long way.
As
As opposed to like maybe getting enough plays on Spotify to get like a 50-cent payout.
Yeah, so like
Right.
the big thing is like I actually just recently like over the span of 6 years between Gravity is our best performing song and like 20,000 streams isn't like a ton, but it's a lot for us.
Oh yeah, it's still awesome.
Overall, like with the entire EP and Gravity, we probably have some and Forever over the span of 6 years, mind you, probably reaches up to I don't know like 35 or 40,000.
I would say so.
Which-
That sounds
Wow.
about right.
Which like that's definitely no freaking glow. That's like 6 years and 40K. Like we're a band and we're like people.
Yeah.
Some people are listening to music, but the important part is in Spotify, Apple, or whatever combined, that's $200 for 6 years.
Damn.
You know how, dude? Well, at least like through the distributor. That we
Yeah,
go through,
yeah,
but
yeah.
that's just kind of like how important it is to have physical copies. People who want to support. That's how important merch is. Like we wouldn't be making any money. No band wouldn't be making any freaking money, especially organic reach. The way that kind of like we've been curating everything
Right.
without being able to have people reach out wanting to buy a shirt or a CD or a
Yeah.
hat. It's like it's a level of support and it's also like kind of like a niche love of
Yeah.
that physical music that you have. But it's incredibly important. So
Oh, for
please,
sure.
if you go to a show, buy some merch.
Buy
and
some
CD.
merch.
And fuck
Physical things.
fuck
yes.
Spotify,
Like Reggie
except
says, we're
thank you for-
traveling t-shirt salesmen.
Thanks for having our music on Spotify, but fuck Spotify.
Yeah. Fuck
So,
it.
but-
I mean, this podcast is on Spotify, but fuck it.
Don't fuck Spotify.
No, fuck it. You know, hey,
Yo, you're like, hey, they said that.
they don't like us.
This isn't silly goofy at all.
You just cut it and clickbait it for the fucking
Spotify is suing me,
No.
not clickbait.
No, just make fuck Spotify the end of the episode.
That's gonna be the title of the episode. It's like Silly Goofy Podcast, you guys' names, because then I have like a tagline or whatever. Like with yours, it was like I have a cool 4-year-old or whatever.
Yeah.
This one it's gonna be like Silly Goofy Podcast, Escape Artist. Fuck Spotify.
Yeah. No, it's definitely nice to have music easy to reach.
yeah,
but
yeah.
buy that
When-
merch. Buy that freaking
Buy that merch.
please.
Who do you guys
We
get your?
appreciate anybody who has.
Yes.
Thank you.
Who do you guys get your stuff like designed through? Like who does your merch and stuff like that?
We actually just reached out to and we followed through with some designs from a guy named
Yes.
Barnaby?
Yes. Shout out to Barnaby at Crossfade Graphics. He put together our album art and helped us with
Nice.
merch designs for the run we're going to be putting out for this stuff. And we all absolutely love it. And thank you so much for that. And I just can't wait for everybody to see it.
over in the UK.
We're gonna
the
be
UK, is it?
yes,
UK,
the
yeah.
UK. But we're gonna be putting that out very soon for everybody to get a taste of
Nice.
what's to come, and we're very excited about that too.
Cool.
Nice. What you guys? If you guys want like another person to help with designs, like I know a guy.
No, yeah,
Yeah, he's right
Yeah,
there.
it's not.
very good. Hi.
That was the whole setup. That's the whole setup was to try to be like, hey, Reggie does designs too.
Very good. We've also been printing with a company called Graphic Hive that we have
Nice.
been having really, really great products come
Yes.
from, and
Yes,
we love
thank-
those guys. They're local, over in Williamsport, Pennsylvania, Central
Nice.
PA. Represent. What's up?
Yeah, I know a guy that
Really
prints
helping
around here
us
too.
out. Huge, so that's awesome.
It's Tyler from Second Suitor.
Tyler from
He
Second
prints all of like almost all of Disruptor
Yeah.
stuff and all of Second Suitor stuff.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I would print with him if I.
He
lived
just
in
did like a
Binghamton.
huge like 100-shirt batch for Common Decency with like very intricate design and like things on the sleeves. It looks sick.
Very good.
But yeah,
Heck yeah.
I'm always plugging the homies.
Nice.
Tyler was just on here yesterday. Not yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, Thursday. Thursday night. He just did an episode with him.
Sick.
Yeah.
Sick, dude.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's
We-
I think that's about all I have that I can think of right now. Anything you guys want to say? Yeah, it's getting close to 5, so
It's
we
getting
should
close
probably
to
head
5.
out soon.
Yeah, just wrapping up. The EP comes up March 16th, as long as our distributor doesn't screw us, which is fine. No, it's good. But
distributor.
yeah,
While we're talking about streaming
Fuck Spotify and that distributor.
no. March 16th, we have our hometown show coming up March 28th at the Art Academy of Milton in Milton, Pennsylvania, home of Chef 4OD. Represent mother.
Is it really?
It is.
That's
just
awesome.
like how Binghamton is home to Ansco and
Speedies. And Rod Serling.
Dick's Sporting Goods.
And Dick's Sporting Goods.
Yeah.
Ansco, Dick's Sporting Goods, Rod Serling,
Yeah,
Chicken Speedies.
yeah.
I think it's also the birthplace of virtual reality. If I'm not
that
mistaken.
one up because of the old IBM facilities.
Oh, is it? Okay. Well, we got some cool stuff here.
Yeah, it's some good stuff. Do you
Anyway.
have any closing remarks, Mr.
we
Tyler Kemper?
just be on the lookout next week, March 16th. I hope you guys really like it. We put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, and whenever this comes out, if that was like a while, if March 16th was a while ago,
Time isn't real. It's fine.
We all made it up.
anyway. Thank you all for coming out to John's house.
Thanks for watching. Thanks for being a part of this. Sorry it was so last minute and not put together well at all on
It's
my
okay.
part.
Hey, listen,
It's a silly goofy podcast.
this is Silly Goofy Podcast.
Nothing is real. Nothing matters.
Fuck you,
Bye. Fuck you, Spotify. Bye.